Hello, my pupils at home. Good day. This is Mrs. Umoh Mbuotidem, one of your teachers from Sleek Angels International School, situated at number 30, Rumevolu Road off Miniolu of Ada George Road. I hope you are all good and staying safe at home and also reading your books. Because this period you don't need just to play alone, but you go back to your books to keep your brains active. Thank you. I'll be teaching you mathematics today on the topic fractions. We already know what fractions are. In our previous lessons in Sleek Angels International School, we've done something on fractions. We know fraction to be a part of a whole. We know the part of fractions. The upper number, you call it the numerator, and then the line in between the upper number and the lower number, we call it the dividing line, and then the down number, you call it the denominator. Good. We also know the types of fractions. One of them is proper fraction. An example of that is 1 over 2. 2 over 4. Okay, we have another type as improper fraction. You have an example as 5 over 2, and then you have 6 over 2. Thank you. We have the last one, the mixed fraction. Mixed fraction has to do with a whole number and a proper fraction. For example, you have 2, 1 over 4. 2, 1 over 4. Okay, those are the types of fractions. And now for today, we want to focus our attention on changing improper fractions to mixed fractions and vice versa. What I mean by vice versa is that you'll be doing it the other way around, changing your mixed fractions to improper fractions. All right, please get your writing materials. What I mean is your pen and paper because you are going to solve. You can pause this video and then arrange yourself. We take an example number 1. Here we have change 12 over 5. I want to start with the simple ones. Over 5 to a mixed fraction. over 5. Pupils, I want to explain something to you here to make it very easy for you to solve. When we are solving or changing improper fraction to a mixed fraction, I would love us to use the long division method, where your 12, the numerator will go in, and then your numerator 5 will be outside. How many times will 5 get into 12? We all know that it is 2 times. So you write your result up here. And then you multiply your result by your denominator here, 5. That will give us 10. Don't forget to put your minus sign or your subtraction sign. We have 12 and 10. How did we get the 10? By multiplying our result 2 times 5. We have 10. 2 minus 0 will give us what? 2. And then 1 minus 1 will be 0. You're not going to write that 0 down here. So we look at it that 2 divided by 5 can no longer go. So our final answer will give us 2 on top. The remainder will now save as your numerator. And then your denominator 5, in which you use in dividing, will go back as your denominator. So we have this answer, 2 whole number 2 over 5. 2 whole number, 2 over 5. So when we are changing 12 over 5, which is an improper fraction, to a mixed fraction, this is what we will get using this method. I want us to take another example. Example 2. Change 19 over 3 to a mixed fraction. You are going to apply the same method in solving it. So you have here 19 all over 3. Bring it into your long division sign. Your 19, the numerator will go in, while your denominator 3 will be outside. You now ask, how many times will you get 3 in 19? In other words, you say 19 divided by 3. You have 19 oranges, share them and give to 3 persons. One person will take how many and what will remain. Now you don't forget your multiplication table. 3 times what will give you a number close to 19. If you want to share, you can share it. But as a good mathematician, you need to think. With the knowledge of your multiplication skill, you have 19 divided by 3 will give us 6. So what is 6 times 3? 6 times 3 will give us 18. You put your minus sign and then you subtract. 9 minus 8 is what? 1. You put down your 1. And then your 1 minus 1, always you know that it is 0. But you will not write down the 0 here. So you look at it. Your whole number to the answer will always come from your first result, which is your number up. That number is what? 6. You write down your 6. Then your numerator to use and form your proper fraction, in this case, will come from your remainder, 1. You put your remainder up here. And then you put your dividing line. Then you put your 3, which was your denominator here. Remember, I taught us in class in Slick Angels International School that a proper fraction is that fraction in which the numerator is smaller than the denominator. Okay, so we have our answer here. 6 whole number, 1 over 3. I want to take another example, 3, so that we get used to it. Now I want to make it, the number, a little bit bigger. And so I'll use change 27 over 4 to a mixed fraction. This will be our last example for this. So we have 27 all over 4. Always your numerator goes inside while your denominator is outside. How many times can you count out 4 from 27? Or how many times can you see 4 in 27? Or if you share 27 things and give to 4 persons, one person will take how many? That is what I mean here. And so you also recall your multiplication. 4 times what will give you a number close to 27? That will be 6. You write your 6. 6 times 4 will give us 24. And don't forget to subtract. 7 minus 4 will give us 3. And then we write out our answer. The whole number will come from where I said will come from our first number up, 6. And then the numerator will be our remainder, 3, all over our denominator, in which we use in dividing, which is 4. All right, we've gotten our answer now, 6 whole number, 3 over 4. This is the last example on changing improper fractions to mixed fractions. Now I want to give us examples on changing mixed fractions to improper fractions. So I write this. Okay, at least you get to know the subtopic of what we are going to do now. I bring in some examples. Number 1 of changing mixed fractions to improper fractions. All right, I'll say change 5 whole number to all over 4 to an improper fraction. 5 whole number 2 over 4 to an improper fraction. We write out our solution. Then we say we are changing this Okay, I want us to note something, that when you are changing a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, you do the following. Watch me. You are going to multiply your denominator by your whole number, and then you add up your numerator. What did I say? You start by multiplying your denominator by your whole number, and then you add your numerator. This is what I'm trying to say. Your denominator here is 4. You pick it and then multiply it with 5, and then you add your numerator 2. Put your dividing line, and then everything will be all over 4, which is your denominator. I take that again. Please watch. When changing a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, you have to start with your denominator. You multiply the denominator by your whole number, and then you add your numerator to it. You put your dividing line, and then all over 4. Where do we get the 4? It's from the denominator. Okay. When you get that, you find what we call the product and then the sum of this. What I mean by product, that's another word you need to learn, pupils. You need to learn that 4 4 times 5. We can also say, find the product of 4 and 5. As you multiply them. So you have 4 times 5 will give us what? 20. That's good. Now you add 2 to your 20, and that gives us 22 all over 4. We've been able to arrive at our improper fraction. So this is the answer to changing from mixed fraction of 5 and 2 over 4 to an improper fraction. I hope you followed the steps that I explained. That when you are changing your mixed fraction to an improper fraction, you do the following. You start with your denominator. Multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then you add your numerator. Put your dividing line and then all of them all over 4. You now multiply, add it up. Product of this, sum of this will give you 22 over 4. We now take example 2 on the subtopic changing mixed fractions to improper fraction. Example 2, we are going to change 8 whole number 3 all over 6 to an improper fraction. So we take the solution. We are going to be moving the solution over to the other side of the board. Okay, please, we are going to move the solution to this other side of the board. And so we have 8 whole number 3 all over 6. Don't forget, I explained when I was solving example 1 that we start with our denominator. So you pick on the denominator 6 multiplied by your whole number 8, and then you add your numerator 3. Put your dividing line all over 6. Where did I say we are getting this 6 from, in case you are asking such a question? We say the 6 here is what we are having here, which is our denominator. So for this, we have 6 down here, denominator, multiplied by your 8, which is the whole number. That's what we have here. And then you add your 3, which is the numerator. That is that 3 here. All over 6, using your dividing line. I hope you've gotten that. Good. So when we do that, 6 times 8 gives us 48. 48 plus 3 will give us 51 all over 6. We have been able to change from mixed fraction to improper fraction. What was the question? 8 whole number 3 over 6, change it to an improper fraction. So we did this by multiplying our denominator by the whole number, and then we add our numerator to get 51 all over 6. That's good. So now I want to give us something to do. I have an activity here for you. Let me call it a kind of classwork. Number 1, I want to start with a smaller number. Change 7 all over 2 to a mixed fraction. Number 2, change 16 over 3. Number 3. Change 9 whole numbers, 7 all over 10, to an improper fraction. Number 4. Change 7 whole number, 5 all over 8 to an improper fraction. Okay. I hope you'll be able to do those 4 at home, so that for next time we are going to meet, I will be teaching us reducing of fractions to their lowest term. For you to be able to submit this to me, please, my name once again is Mrs. Umoh. Mbuotidem. To my WhatsApp number 080 30 920 845, or to my email address, you have Faith Anit at gmail.com. Until then, I will please tell you, keep your brains active till I see you next time. Bye-bye.